everyone, welcome back to my vlog. I'm Robin, or A Hobbit's Reading List, and someone is very needy today, so we're gonna talk like this. And I really don't have that much going on this week. I'm really gonna focus on wrapping up my June TBR and then starting my July TBR, so let's get into it. So last night, I started reading The Polysyllabic Spree by Nick Hornby. I have had this book on my shelves for, well, I don't think that's true. I have had it on my list for a while, and then I got it over the holidays from Stephanie because it was on my list, and it was my one nonfiction this month, which, like, I think if I can keep with one nonfiction a month, I'll be solid. I don't have that many. Okay, well, I have quite a bit. But compared to all of that, I don't have that many. So, the Polysyllabic Spree is pretty much a monthly account of what Nick Hornby read in, I believe it's like a 14-month span. It starts in 2004, it goes into 2005. And I really like his writing style. I had started reading High Fidelity and I didn't finish it just because of like timing, and I don't know why I didn't carry it over into the next month. But I really like his writing style. I really like how he reviews books. I think it's kind of similar to me. But I don't want to, like, he's way more, eloquent about it. I had to find the word, which is why he is the published author and I'm not. But I read about, I want to say like 50 pages yesterday. I think it's only like 140, so I think that's pretty good. I don't really have that much time today. I'm in back-to-back meetings until like very late. Okay, bye. So I don't really have like a ton of time to read today, and I have to cook and everything, so I might read later tonight after I get off work. But I think as for like during the day, no, nothing's gonna get done. But I am enjoying it, so that, and it's a fast read. His writing style is really like ingestible, so honestly, like, I don't think it'll take me that long, and then I will pick up The Prince and Betty by P.G. Wodehouse, which is my Wodehouse book of the month. So that's sort of the plan for this week. I will also finish the audiobook of Two Rogues Make a Right, but I won't be listening to it until tomorrow, because I go back to the office tomorrow. That's the plan. We'll see if I stick to it, and then hopefully by the end of the week, I will know what books are on my July TBR, and I can start on those. I have not filmed my TBR yet. I'm waiting to see if anyone will give me opinions about how I should do July. I have a feeling I'm just gonna end up doing like a hybrid with like a shortened version of my game, and then having a themed vlog at the end of the month, but we will see. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to film a really quick clip, and hopefully next time I talk to you, I will have finished this. Hi everyone, it is Thursday. I didn't end up reading on Tuesday like I said I would, or I think I actually predicted that Sebastian. Sebastian was fully asleep when I set my camera up. And as soon as I started talking, he's like, I'm gonna get up. I'm not gonna leave, but I'm gonna get up and move the camera a lot. And maybe this is just a sign that I should stop recording on the cat tree. But it's the perfect height. Anywho, I think I predicted that I wouldn't read much Tuesday, and that was true. I didn't read anything. I did, however, listen to Two Rogues Make a Right yesterday. I listened to another, I mean, for me, like 2.5 hours, but I think for the book it was more like 3.5, because I'm at what am I at percentage? I have an hour and a half left at 1.25 speed. So Bastion is just staring at me like I've gone insane because I'm talking to myself. I still really like it. I'm a huge fan of Friends of Lovers in a historical Regency era, apparently. I was a little bummed out, and I did get a little teary by like a certain plot development and like the impact of like the real world on this developing relationship. But it seems like they've reached a compromise and like they're good, maybe. But I still really like them together. I'm kind of predicting it'll. My prediction is like a 4.5 or 5. I have given the first 2 books in this trilogy 5 stars, so I wouldn't be surprised. It's up there. I'm still enjoying it. The one issue that I would say I have is that they both care very deeply about one another, and they both know each other very well because they are childhood friends. And they make a lot of assumptions for each other instead of just communicating. But there is also an acknowledgement, like not long after, that yeah, they should have just communicated. So I don't know. We'll see how it resolves and how that ending impacts my rating. But I am kind of predicting another 5. For people who didn't watch last week's vlog and who have no idea what I'm talking about, Two Rogues Make a Right is the last book in the Seducing the Sedgwick series. It follows the third Sedgwick brother, and he is nursing his childhood best friend back to health, and they realize / accept that they have a connection. Seducing the Sedgwicks is like a spicy series, and it's by Cat Sebastian, and Cat Sebastian is pretty much an auto-buy author for me. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. The only other thing that I have read so far was I read another 7 parts of the Polysyllabic Spree by Nick Hornby, which is essentially a recounting of his monthly reading. It's pretty much a reading wrap-up almost, but in 2004. 2003 into 2004. So it is really interesting how he reviews books, the things that he, picks up on, because he is an author. He'd written several books by that point. So it is really interesting to read. I actually really am enjoying it. I was kind of nervous, but I think there is somewhere out there in the universe a complete polysyllabic spree that has like all of these recaps that he wrote. I'm not positive, but I feel like I've seen something about that. So I'll probably add that to my wish list so that I get it eventually, because I do actually like really enjoy his writing. And when I was reading High Fidelity in I think in February, I did enjoy the writing style. I just had a massive brain fart and I just paused it. And I shouldn't have done that. And I think next month I might take it to work with me and try to read it at work. So we'll see. But that's all the reading I've done. I should finish the Polysyllabic Spree tonight, and then I should finish Two Rogues Make a Right tomorrow. So that's pretty good. And then I am going to try, I think, to film my TBR tonight so that when I do finish the when I do finish Two Rogues Make a Right, I can just go ahead and pick up whatever audiobook is on my TBR. So that's the plan. And I'm going to watch my cats sniff each other. I'm gonna go get my bike out and ride around a little bit before personal training. So, hey everyone. It's been a minute since I filmed in the kitchen. I'm sorry about the lack of B-roll, by the way. I usually try to make sure I have some interstitials between clips, but I've had a very uneventful week so far. I literally haven't done anything. I didn't even go to temple tonight, which, like, I don't really film going to temple anyway, but that just meant I didn't even have that to film. So, sorry, this weekend should be better. I did finish listening to Two Rogues Make a Right. I still, like, I really enjoyed it, like I'd been saying. I'm trying to think if, like, anything, nothing, I don't want to say, like, nothing changed. Like, there's a whole, like, almost 2 hours of content that I listened to. But it was wrapping things up. I liked how things were wrapped up. I do like the, like, it was just, something about it, like, simultaneously, like, kind of annoyed me. But also, miscommunication is a trope that I do like, and it wasn't, the entire book wasn't miscommunication, so it was fine. But just the amount of assumptions that they were making about each other, especially after, like, the, let's say, like, second act conflict, they had this, like, conversation, they cleared things up, they're like, oh, okay, I see what you did there, we're not going to do that again. And then they did it again. And I'm just like, but it seems like once they resolve that, they learn from that going forward. And it ended really nicely. It did not get a 5-star. It did get a 4.5 though. So honestly, like, I would highly recommend this series if you like queer historical romance. Check out the Seducing the Sedgwick series by Sebastian. It's a couple years old at this point. I think Two Rogues Make a Right came out in 2020. And I think the first book came out in, like, maybe, like, 2018 or something. I'm not positive. That's about it. That's really all I read. I finished that book. I didn't finish the Polysyllabic Spree. I have, like, 30 pages left. I will I don't know if I'll finish it tomorrow. Ideally, I will finish it tomorrow. Which means, this is so annoying. Okay. I have read, as of right now, I have finished 15 books this month, which is amazing. Honestly, that's double some months. Like, there was a month in there, I think I only read 6. But I still didn't finish my TBR. I'm not going to finish the Wodehouse book by the end of the month. So, whoops. I also, tomorrow at some point, I will have to film July's TBR. And I don't think I have that much time. Okay, things are getting stressful. Great. So I'm not going to think about that for the rest of the night because I'm going to make dinner real quick before the Olympic trials for women's gymnastics start. I'm going to watch that tonight. And we'll figure out my life tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys then. Hi everyone. I'm sure I'm gonna put my little like date label thing, but it's Monday. I did not read all weekend. I still have not read. I am extremely tired. I hope I'm not getting sick because I feel ready to take a nap and it's like 6 o'clock. I've decided to make this a 2-week vlog, especially because my July TBR was not ready to come out today, and so I will put it out tomorrow in place of my regular vlog, and then next week, and I'll get caught up. So that's sort of the plan. I just wanted to acknowledge that I went book shopping, and I want to read another queer historical fiction. But honestly, I think I'm actually just too tired. So tonight I'm just gonna relax, watch YouTube, play games on my phone, pet Reese. And tomorrow I only have like a half day at work, and so I will take advantage of that time and hopefully finish reading the Polysyllabic Spree and start reading The Prince and Betty so that I can finish the books I was supposed to finish in June, and then I'll start on the July TBR. So that's sort of the plan. Just wanted to acknowledge that. And now I'm going to go back to relaxing. Okay, so June ended and my reading took a nosedive. Actually, realistically, my reading took a nosedive as soon as I got back from vacation. But it is the 4th of July, so if you hear big booms, it's because people are setting off fireworks even though the sun is still up. Seems kind of pointless to me, but that's what they're doing. I have finished a book. Finally. I finished reading the Polysyllabic Spree. Someone please explain to me why books that are less than 150 pages take me 2 weeks to read. Consistently. Like, I get that this is nonfiction, so I really should have expected it, but I enjoyed it. Like, I liked it. It was really interesting to read. And for people who haven't watched my last, 2 vlogs where I talked about this, the Polysyllabic Spree is by Nick Hornby. It is a column that he wrote for a paper or an online thing. I don't know. But he wrote a column for, I think, a couple years, but this is just 14 months of it, where he wrote about the books that he bought and the books that he read in a month. He did it for 14 months. So it's essentially booktube or bookstagram before those things existed. But it was really interesting to see like how he reviewed it, and especially coming from an author, like what he looked at as far as like the books that he enjoyed and didn't enjoy. So I thought it was really cool to read, and I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it, and so I don't know why it took me 2 weeks. Oh, it's so annoying. So now that I have finished that, I can start reading The Prince and Betty, which I was supposed to read in June. But thankfully my dad has only read like a chapter of it, and so we're gonna record the podcast next weekend. And I'm really hoping I can like read it faster because I shortened my July TBR. So like I'll be fine. But the whole point was that I shortened it so that the last week of July I could film a vlog that is completely random in terms that like I don't know what I'm going to read before I start filming it. I can't do that if I don't start my July TBR. So I will like officially start my July TBR tomorrow though, because I will start listening to She Gets the Girl on audiobook on my way to work and way to Temple on my way home. And because I listen at 1.2 speed, the audiobook is only 5 hours long. So that's great for me. So I will probably finish that this weekend. So that's a start. Just like, oh my god, I don't really have a lot going on otherwise. I when was the last time I filmed? Monday? Tuesday, I did read like 2 chapters of the Polysyllabic Spree, and then I started cleaning because I was feeling very like overstimulated. That's what this means. And so I started cleaning and I organized some stuff, and then Wednesday I was working. I was working all day, and tomorrow I'll be working all day. I'm so tired already. I feel like I need a vacation again. And yeah, that's about it. And then today Chris is home, which is great, but it really cuts down on my productivity. But we did sit down for about an hour and a half and work on a budget for me, because I need to save some money for a thing that I'm gonna try to do in the future. Can't talk about it. Can't talk about it yet. It's a present for someone else, and once the present is gifted, I will talk about it again. But so we sat down to figure that out, and so yeah, and I'm probably not gonna read more today because, like I said, Chris is home, and so I just don't tend to. He's very active. He likes to do things. And I have my writing date with Ellis, and then, yeah. So I'll start reading it tomorrow, I guess. So on one hand, I'm grateful that this is a 2-week vlog, because otherwise I feel really bad. But on the other hand, I think because it's a 2-week vlog, I don't feel pressure. So either way, I lose. But thank you for watching this far if you are. I will try to get some clips of fireworks tonight if they happen. They should. It shouldn't get rained out. But they'll happen like over there, like half a mile away. So I should get some decent shots. So we'll see. Okay, so even though the lighting sucks right now, which I'm very sorry about, I wanted to film a clip before I forgot, because I know this week I haven't really talked to you that much. So yesterday I started listening to She Gets the Girl, and I'm listening to it on audio during my commute. Yesterday, I'm sorry about the squeaking, there's like one spot on my walking pad that is just noisy. But I listened to about half of She Gets the Girl. So far, I like it. It is about Molly, who is very, like, stereotypical, like, stereotypically pretty. She flirts with a lot of people to sort of get her way, and her girlfriend doesn't trust her because of that, and so they're talking about being long distance, but the girlfriend has reservations. And so, did I say Molly? I meant Alex. Yeah, I meant Alex is the stereotypically pretty one. She meets Molly, who is very shy, very like socially anxious, and is in love with a girl she went to high school with, who she is now in college with, named Cora. She's in love with her, and so Alex offers to teach Molly how to like flirt and be socially confident in order to get with Cora. And in doing so, Alex will show her girlfriend that she is not this like selfish person, that she can like have a genuine emotional relationship with someone. So, okay, I didn't think that actually walking while talking was working for me, so I paused my workout. So do we all sort of see where this is going? Alex and Molly are gonna get together, right? Although I'm a little frustrated because there hasn't really been any hint of that so far, and I'm halfway through the book. Like, Molly has acknowledged that Alex is attractive, but that's it. Like, so far it's very much operating as friends, which is great because that's what they're supposed to be, but like, this is supposed to be a romance. And so I'm just like, is it actually going to turn out that they actually stay friends and they get the girls that they want, or are they going to fall for each other? I'm confused. I am enjoying it though. I like their friendship, honestly, and I like that Molly isn't shy around Alex. So I do like it. It is a little cringy at sometimes because of Molly's anxiety, but I get it. So I am enjoying it. My dad predicted, because he has also read this book, my dad predicted that I would give it like a 3.5. We'll see how it ends. I should finish it tomorrow because I think I only have like 3 hours left, and I'm going to dinner tomorrow with a friend in the city, so I will have an extra like 45-minute drive that I wouldn't normally on Sunday. So I should definitely finish it. Other than that, I read like a couple pages of The Prince and Betty. Really not that much. So I really don't have anything much to talk about. So far, the only thing I know about The Prince and Betty, because I don't even read like synopses or anything, is that Betty was staying with a friend of hers and got like an urgent telegram that she needs to go visit her stepfather, I think. But she's in the States and her stepfather is like somewhere in France, and he sent like an essay, which I'm just like, you're not supposed to do that on telegrams. That costs a lot of money, which is remarked on in the book. But that's all that's happened so far. So we'll see. Hopefully I will read a little bit more today, but I'm not sure because Chris and I are going mini golfing at some point, and then we're going to dinner. We're having a little date day, so we'll see how much I really read. But I'm gonna get back to my workout now, but I wanted to film before I forgot. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I have an update. I finished reading She Gets the Girl. One of my friends from high school, pretty much the only person I still talk to from high school, was in Chicago. He's here till Wednesday, but we could only meet up last night. So we went to this Japanese barbecue place. It was delicious. We had so much food. It was all very good. And the spicy shrimp was very spicy. Very spicy. On my way there, on my way to work, then to Chicago for barbecue, and then home, I finished listening to She Gets the Girl. So here's my thing. I'll just say this right now. My dad was right. I gave it a 3.5. I'm tempted to go lower because I rated it last night when I had just finished listening to it like an hour before I rated it. As I'm sitting here, I'm tempted to knock it down to like a 3 because I don't know how to say this. Like, if you've been watching my vlogs for a while, you know that pacing in a romance is very important to me. So, Molly and Alex, well, Alex didn't, like, do I want to go into spoilers? Yeah, I think so. Alex didn't realize or noticed that she had feelings for Molly until probably like 75% through. And for Alex, it took a little bit longer. I would have been totally fine with this book if it had literally been a story about friendship and Molly and Alex supporting each other while, going after different girls. Did I like Alex's girlfriend? No. She was awful. But I don't want to read a romance where the romance doesn't factor in until like 75 or 80% through. Like, I don't mind a slow burn, but I need indications of a romance before that. Like, literally, it wasn't until 3/4 of the way through the book that there was anything other than friendship between Molly and Alex. So that really bothered me. Like, the book itself was pretty good. I liked Molly and Alex's friendship. I think that's part of the reason why, like, I'm annoyed is because, like, it could have just been a book about friendship. And I honestly, I probably would have rated it higher. If they were friends, they got the girls, if Alex's girlfriend was better, like, I probably would have rated it, like, a 4 or 4.5. But because of the fact that, like, it's a romance between Molly and Alex, but you don't know, like, you know that, but, like, but you don't see that until you're almost done with the book. Like, no, I have a really big issue with that. So I think I'm gonna drop it down to, like, a 3. Like, the writing was pretty good. It was funny at parts. It was emotional at parts. So a couple times, like, especially at the beginning, it was a little cringe, but Molly got better. But yeah, the relationship development really, really bugged me. So yeah, that sucks. But that's where we are. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I think that's about it without, like, going into, like, massive spoilers. So, that was disappointing. Other than that, I read a little bit more of The Prince and Betty. I think I'm on, like, chapter 4. I think it was a combination of things. I started getting really sleepy yesterday when I was reading it. I think part of it was because I was outside. And I love being outside. But it was like 85 degrees. It was very warm, even in the shade. And the book was It's not the most entertaining. But it's nothing has happened yet. You know, I'm getting introduced to all the characters. So that's part of the reason why I'm just like, but I'm also, because The Prince and Betty, my dad said, is essentially the next book we're reading is Smith Journalist. They're essentially the same book. But the having Smith in it sort of, you know, alters things a little bit. But it's interesting because The Prince and Betty has a character named Rupert Smith. So I'm just like, oh, okay, there's a thing. So yeah, I need to continue reading that. I want to finish it. So that's my update. I'm very sorry. It's been such a slow like couple reading weeks. I got back from vacation and my motivation and my free time just went so far down. And if you notice, my eyes are really watery. I promise I haven't been crying. It's just so early in the morning. It's like 9. But my body is upset that I'm awake. So my eyes keep watering. I promise I'm not sad. I haven't been crying. I'm totally fine. My body doesn't know that though. So just ignore this. It either looks like I've been crying or like I'm high. I'm neither. Yeah, I just want to acknowledge that because I can see myself and I'm like, God, my eyes look so shiny. That's about it. Yeah, that's all I have. So yeah, so that's the end of this 2-week vlog. It wasn't as eventful as I would like. That's why my eyes are so watery, because I keep yawning. That's why I know it's because I'm tired. Even though I fell asleep at like 11 last night. I got probably like 7 hours of sleep. But anywho, leave me a comment. Let me know if your eyes just like compulsively water in the morning, because it's really annoying. I want some validation. Like the video, subscribe, click notification bell. This vlog is everywhere, especially the end. I'll try to be more organized in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.